What's up, y'all? Good Monday. Good to see y'all. Listen, y'all. If y'all don't know, this is TFG Tonight, and I'm your host, Mr. Haynes. And this is the best morning show that you can watch at night. Y'all listen, that's Devin, that's Lee, and that's Kenny.
I'm trying to be nice.
Black said we got two Americans.
Say to my brother Black, man, I think you could be a preacher. I ain't never heard somebody that use a curse word and then read a scripture right after.
So let me state for the record, I am a misogynist. You know,
Pull out the card, Doc. He's
and I'm a chauvinist as well. Anybody who knows me knows that.
That's right. That is
Now I can go back to minding my own business. Either that boy is Benjamin Button or somebody lying.
And listen, and that boy may be mentally 12, but he's 34.
You bad boy, you don't do it again.
I'll let Black articulate a little bit better than that.
Nope.
Okay.
Never mind.
It's good for the soul. It's like medicine, right?
Yeah, for real.
That's all I gotta say. I wish I had one of them applause buttons to, like it.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Monday.
And a happy Monday it is. What is up, people? Oh, man, what a Monday it is. And it is so good to see y'all. We ain't seen y'all in 7 days. And listen, y'all, we recuperating from that Black Love series because that thing was amazing. So, again, y'all know if we on live, y'all know what time it is now. Everybody in the building, gentlemen. And there she is, y'all. Always.
What up?
Good to see y'all, family. Y'all doing all right today?
What's good?
Yes, sir.
Good. Well, let me talk to the people they here. Yes, sir. Always a pleasure, sir. Yeah, that money done came in yet?
Slowly, it's coming. It's trickling in, boys. Slowly. Y'all need to help your brother. It's coming.
Whatever
it's coming, though.
He got a new shirt on. Let him quit back and let him play with y'all. He got a whole new shirt on. He'll play with y'all.
Lady D, stay out my business. You're gonna be digging in somebody else's business in a few minutes. Stay out mine, will you please?
I see what this show already headed already. Really? Well, yeah, man. Listen, we appreciate it. Hey, Miss Carol.
What's up, Miss Carol? What up, CC?
Always a pleasure having you, and all the rest of y'all back here sneaking and ducking and all that. What's up, y'all? Y'all good? All right. Well, listen, I'm not gonna play around because again, we got a great show lined up, and everybody got in our, what do we say? Sunshine and faces in our places. I don't know. Whatever. It's been so long ago. It's something you used to say.
In our places.
That's what you say in school. You know, we're all in our places. That's what it is. With sunshine and faces.
They didn't say that in my school.
Mine either.
I don't know what school you done went to. they damn so would singing that.
Moving on. Talking point, Tip Joy. Y'all know if we say something. Listen, now we talked really good last week, so I don't know what happened to y'all, but listen, we're gonna say some good stuff again today. So y'all know that the cash up is at the bottom. If we say something y'all want to hear, just put a little something in our pockets, please, and thank you. Listen, I'm not gonna mess around. We're gonna keep up with politics. What you say? Oh, nobody's heard that. I went to a public school, so I know it ain't just. I'm not no, simple.
I heard of a sunshine and face in my place, but we didn't talk about it at school. I mean,
all right, that was a joke there, but I'm not gonna tell it. So, that was a joke there. I'm not gonna tell it, but let's keep on moving. Okay, so listen, Thursday, y'all. The grumpy old men are gonna go for round one. So I don't know what we're expecting. It almost looked like Trump trying to back out of this thing because he got these people, his folks coming on here acting like, CNN not gonna do right by them. But this is what you've been asking for, big boy. So what we doing now? Okay, Carol, enough. I got it. Y'all, you didn't hear it. Keep trying to. I went to public school too. Okay, I get it. Y'all didn't hear it. You didn't go to public school in Texas. How about that? Now Kimmy with a comeback there. Let's see what you got there. Black, what you?
He did. We went to small town country school.
Okay, you must have had a really good day at work. I tell you what, we just gonna do. just
Start over.
Black.
We gonna start over.
Right.
What's up, y'all?
I'll just play it. Okay, Black. Are you done interrupting me, sister?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right, Black. Look at her. She done. Hey, what the hell? Just talk. Hey, Bama, get this.
Hey, what up, Bama girl? Long time no see. What up?
Thank you, Bama. Somebody, y'all see, Bama said I heard it in my school. Or it wasn't in Sunday school. Come on, y'all.
Well, then, that's Alabama too. So
my boy Craig, what's up, bro? Yeah, okay. No, we're not gonna talk about that. Okay, Lee Black. Talk about these old grumpy men, please, sir, and what we're getting ready to expect. And even do you even think we're gonna have this thing? I really don't think Trump want to get up here with this boy.
I do think he wants it. Ironically, he's out raising Biden now in spending. So I think this is a preemptive strike. Trump is a lot smarter than people give him credit for, and he's playing both sides in the middle, by putting it out there. You think about what happens on the basketball court a lot of times where the opposing coach tells the referee, hey, you need to watch out because they're fouling. Trump is setting the stage for that. If it doesn't go his way, then the fix is in. But of course, if he outperforms Biden, then I was expected to do so. Look how great I am. He's been able to leverage everything that's happened to him to where his war chest is now exceeded Biden's. So he's positioned. Whether we like it or not, we are facing a scary moment of reality that he very well could win. And if you've been following this thing, young people now are divesting from this. They don't like either candidate. Right. And even the two factors that put Biden in office before, the young voters and the women, they're not in his pocket. Under the issues that are affecting our country that they're expected to debate about, the women's rights, they fall number 8 in a CNN poll that just came out today.
Really?
Economy and crime and all those other things. So you won't be able to ride on the coattails of women and minorities and young voters anymore. And quiet is kept. Biden, all his faculties aren't there. Trump is positioned very well, whether we want to admit it or not.
But Trump don't have faculties either. He just is ignorant and throw it off. But
he's a dumbass. It's one thing from being a dumbass, and another one from suffering from true, I think, dementia.
Wait, okay, Kenny. I mean, please, because I know sister don't really want to talk about these folks, but I don't understand. Like they only 3 years old difference in age, so I don't really know why we make that the reason why we think Biden is or Trump is.
It's not the age though. My mom will be 89 in September. She has all her faculties. She's mean as a whip, as hell, and I'm grateful for that. But some people, I have a good friend of mine. His mom suffered dementia when she was in her 60s, and Biden, his gaps, his lapses in judgment, it just affects him differently. And again, Trump's led the life of a pampered billionaire. Biden has led a life of servitude.
But he's rich.
He is rich. He's not billionaire rich.
Well, Trump ain't either, but we'll move on from that.
What's interesting? What Black just said, lapses of judgment. I think we can look at Biden and say his is because of his age and him aging basically because of some things that we've seen that he's fell off. Whereas Trump, well, hell, he's made choices. So me personally, that dude is more dangerous than the guy that just health wise is dealing with age, with his born days. Trump has made these decisions.
These are conscious choices.
He's done it because that's what he wanted to do. So I think it's a dangerous thing. As far as this debate coming up, I'll be honest with you. I think, me personally, I've never watched the president debate anyway. I'll be honest with you. I don't, because I think most people gonna vote for who they're gonna vote for. I don't think the debate is gonna change anyone's mind. That's kind of like who you think is the greatest basketball, who you think is the greatest athlete of all time. I think most people already know that's their choice. They're not gonna change no matter what argument, no matter what facts, and no matter what information you present. I think most people already know what they're gonna do. So I think I could care less about the debate. Be honest with you, I think it's gonna be a shit show anyway. So there you go.
Okay, you got time for this, sister?
I just think that Trump he's ghetto, he's uncool, He seems to have like no home training or morals and I just don't think he has boundaries, and it's just going to be a hot mess, and it's just going to be forever of TikToks with him dragging Biden, who just going to be standing there stuttering and speaking of his words and just looking crazy, Stone Age. I don't wish anything bad on Biden, but I wish his people right before will say he's unable to attend due to symptoms of, and just make up something and just don't even show up.
Okay, well, again, they're gonna talk, and I think they're gonna talk, and I think this is strictly probably for white people, and again, I don't know why their mind's not made up, and I don't really care to even think why it is or why not, but I'm gonna watch because I just want to see where all this is headed, and we'll just go from there. So. Well, again, that's what's going on, and we'll do a follow up about what if y'all didn't watch it. We'll kind of talk about what did or did not happen. But there are bigger things to talk about as it relates to our country, our culture,
especially in Texas,
Houston. You know, we have a problem, but we have a 42,000 person problem right now. I'm gonna go with sister first. If y'all didn't know, it's been reported that 42,000 people, and again, this number may not sound astronomical to people, but here's what blew my mind: 42,000 people were diagnosed with STDs within 7 days. Now, I got a question, sister. Is that the same STD? Or are we talking about, like, I mean, Black, how many can you name off just in the next 5 seconds? How many different STDs can you think of?
About 5.
Okay, so at least 5. Do you think this is an accumulative of 5 different STDs?
You asking our medical specialists?
Yes, I am.
They call things STDs that some women don't call STDs. That's just abnormal stuff that you can treat at home. They still call it because the STI rather, it's just a sexually transmitted infection. And that could be anything. That could be something as simple as, I know y'all are men, so I'm sorry, but vaginosis, which is just your pH balance is just off for whatever reason. And you can treat that with minor stuff. So I can see them calling some things STDs or STIs that, because when most people think of an STD or an STI, you think of gonorrhea, syphilis,
right,
clap, whatever type of STD you can think of off the top of your head, HIV. But we don't know if those are the type because they didn't name the type that they were. But I do know I don't plan on flying on no plane with some people to or from Houston because I'm gonna have to check the seat, make sure it nothing crawling. We need to. I mean, if you're on a dating app, make sure you make sure you date outside of Houston, because I mean, I just feel like everybody itching, scratching. Like if something going, I don't know how many people in the population, y'all. 42,000 people is larger than my hometown. I don't even have 42,000 people in my hometown.
That's a lot in 7 days too.
That have been diagnosed with an STD. Let's just double that to think about the people that I named that didn't even show up to the clinic.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Treating themselves on the street. I remember when I was little, my bus driver tech ass, he bought my antibiotics when I used to ride the bus, because he's like, where you been for the last couple of days? I was like, I had some kind of cold or something. He's like, you got any more antibiotics? He was like, I was with this little lady this weekend. Had no business sharing that with me. I'm in elementary school. So, I mean, there's a lot of people who just buy stuff on the street and treat themselves or whatever. Just don't go get tested. So I'm thinking it may be something with some type of STI. Everybody itching. Go get checked.
Wow. Yikes. Kenny. She brings up a great point, but I'm thinking 7 days. Why would 42,000 people want to go to the clinic anyway in 7 days? Like it's like going to a concert. Like I get it, but that's a lot. So
for them to be able to say that there's been 42,000 people diagnosed with a STD and they go into the clinic, that to me that's like, okay, I applaud that, because most of the time people, you burning and you scratching, you ain't going to no clinic, you ain't going to no doctor, you ain't really trying to figure it out. You just gonna wait it out. So for them to go to the clinic, I think that's definitely a great step. But yeah, if I'm in Harris County, I'm a single man. I'm looking to hook up. But I damn sure ain't hooking up in Harris County no goddamn time soon. That's for sure.
Sniff first, just scratch and sniff first.
Now listen,
I ain't even trying to scratch and sniff. I ain't doing none of that unless I got a hazmat suit on. I gotta have a hazmat suit. I gotta have some gloves, all that. No, I ain't. I'm good on that.
Okay, now listen to my brother. Now I know you've been there, done that, so I'm not gonna ask you an obvious question. So here's my question: You're a conspiracy theorist,
right?
Is this the Diddy effect? Like he gone, somebody throwing parties, and they trying to do them parties like they throwing them. What did they call them? The jump offs. I mean, my goodness, we
I don't think so.
Jump offs. Okay, what you got?
I think it's appropriate.
What's appropriate?
23 days ago was the start of summer that these numbers are coming out.
Oh,
and I don't even find it unusual that it's happening in this moment. You forget, folks, we are in the midst of Gay Pride Month. Also, we at the inception of summer, and with the festivals that's happening, the Essence Fest and different. I don't attend concerts. The mantra over the last 5 years has been it's hot girl summer and hot boy this, that. They call them different things. So that number is not even scary. What's scarier, to be honest, is that's my reality living here in Fulton County. That's my reality. Here in Fulton County, right here in Atlanta, where the CDC is headquartered,
right.
That's normal. It's normalized for people walking around, with no idea what their STD status and HIV status is. And to Devin's point, we a generation now that live with these things. It's not a big deal. The hygiene has plummeted, and it's not a big deal for somebody to be HIV positive anymore because it's no longer a death sentence necessarily as they see it. And so I live in a reality of where that number is ridiculously popular here. And I used to do the scratch and sniff test, but it scared the shit out of me enough that I am, for the most part, celibate. Here, every night. That's I'm keeping it honest with you.
Maybe a little tongue in cheek, a little bit. I
speak out. No, I'm being brutally honest. Okay. Every now and then, if that itch, and I have to go do something, and
pun intended.
I'm terrified. Itch, right? I'd be terrified even then, and that's because I live in a place where that's common. That the majority of the people I run across, male and female, have some type of STD. And to Devin's point, it ain't always of the worst case scenario, so maybe they don't have syphilis or gonorrhea, chlamydia, but because of the hygiene issues, it's a hell of a lot of unclean and insanity and things like that happening too.
Okay, you're right. That makes good sense. Yeah. Okay, so y'all indulge me just for 2 seconds. Sister, out of all the ones which one is the one you don't want to get?
Ooh.
Well, we're removing the obvious, right? HIV.
Yes, HIV. No, yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's obvious.
Yeah,
right.
Sure.
Yeah. That's a good
Something
question.
That's incurable.
Yeah.
Right. Which one you just
question.
Yeah.
I don't want the warts.
Crabs.
Or warts.
Syphilis. Right.
No, it's literally genital warts. It's
wow.
It's a different STD that it can come from HPV, which, believe it or not, most women have over 40. But it's literally just big warts that grow on your stuff, and sometimes you have to have them removed by getting them cut off. And
okay,
so anything that makes it look like it's something wrong with it, I don't want that.
Okay, all right. Gotcha. Now, Black, what was the worst one you done had out of all the ones you done had?
Oh, I've had chlamydia 4 times.
I mean, I know, but which one don't you?
Oh, that I don't want.
Yeah,
no syphilis or gonorrhea for me.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, y'all. We just trying to keep it honest over here. Y'all know how we do. We talk. So tell your kids if you just ain't gonna be smart, just don't get syphilis and gonorrhea and warts. Now the rest y'all just deal with on your own.
Strap that thing up.
They ain't going to.
And just so you know, kids, strapping up does not prevent
Absolutely.
herpes.
Yeah, that's true.
Because it's just skin to skin contact.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Right.
And what's the other one? Monkeypox. Yeah.
That's sexual.
Well, no, not necessarily, but
I'm gonna say. Don't listen. Don't ask. We are not asking this man why he would tell us monkeypox.
Because that's a big thing here.
What?
Oh, good God, yes.
But it's not a STD though.
You know what? You know what? I was thinking about something else when you was talking about monkey, but anyway, my bad.
Let's go. Let's talk about. Speaking of STDs and all that kind of stuff, Netflix and chill. Well, apparently there's a new experience.
Here we go.
I'm just saying. I mean, hey, they have a new experience, right? And one is coming to Dallas. There's two that they're opening up. So this is an actual store. I've seen them have these pop-up shops, but apparently there is a store in Pennsylvania and then one coming to Dallas. And this is apparently supposed to be an interactive experience. It's like a shop that allows you the opportunity to buy merchandise from some of Netflix's original series, Bridgerton, Stranger Things, what's the Squid Games, right? I'm interested to see what it is. And so it's supposed to have like live adaptations and things like that. I'm excited to see. I don't know. I've never watched Bridgerton or Stranger Things, but I'm gonna go at least once just to see what the Squid Game thing is all about. So, I mean, have y'all heard about the new experience coming? Oh, okay. What you think, sister?
I was actually looking forward to it. It sounds really cool.
It does.
Like, I don't like people, so I don't know if I'll be able to go. And just people are just gross and disgusting, and because the exhibits are like interactive. But there's a lot of Netflix shows that I like. Like, I watch Bridgerton, I watch Stranger Things, and to be engulfed in that Stranger Things world and the down under or the underworld, whatever you call it, to me that would be like really, really cool. But I just see a bunch of like kids and teenagers just not washing their hands and coughing and being musty, and I just don't know if I would enjoy the experience. They need to have like a over 30 night or something. I don't know.
so they go, we all, when we get involved in something, we always turn into club something. So all of a sudden it'll be club Netflix right after a while. And so yes, you're probably right. I mean, Black, do you watch Netflix originals?
No, not really. So
you wouldn't travel down here to come to Yeah. You just wait for like another strip club if they did like a.
I don't even do strip clubs. I've grown like Devin that I really don't like people, which is why I choose to work from home. Yeah, I hate people.
Okay, Kenny, for us two extroverts here, I guess. I mean, is that something that interests you? Just to check. Okay.
Nah, because you guys know I'm a sports guy. I don't really watch a lot of originals unless it's something sports related or something that I like really want to dig into. So it wouldn't interest me. But I get it. Netflix they know their audience, they know the demographics. People they're gonna definitely flock to it, and so that's gonna be another avenue of revenue for Netflix. So I get it.
You even have a Netflix game. Do you even have Netflix?
Yeah, I got Netflix.
Just don't watch it, really.
Yeah. I watch like sports stuff, like the Wide Receivers is about to come out. The Netflix original that's about to drop. I watch any type of sports documentary that's gonna come out, and I watch some other shows on there, but I'm not a big Netflix guy.
Okay, well, just for those that are interested, I'll just read a little bit. It says this experience and it will include elaborate events, themed gift shops, and restaurants. It also is going to have a tweaked theme park. So for fans, it's of Squid Game, the dark drama related reality show. Netflix has promised to recreate the Glass Bridge Challenge, Competitors walk on or jump across clear panels that shatter and drop them if they stand on the wrong one. So I'm interested to see. You know, I'll go check it out because I enjoy Squid Game. So you know, okay.
Like I say, I get it. I mean, it makes sense for Netflix to do that. I get it.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, that's just one thing to talk about. Again, we're going downhill from here. I just tried to, lighten it up. But there are other topics that's coming that just may not be too. I'm just trying to get the nice and fluffy stuff out there. We're going downhill from that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to land the plane a little softly before we crash and burn. So that is. But speaking of, Brother Kenny, man, come on, man, slide us in some of these sports, man. We got a lot going on. The Mavericks ain't playing no more, but there's a game 7 for hockey, huh?
Yeah. But who really gives a damn about hockey? But that's just my opinion. But yeah, we got a lot going on. Actually, we got the NBA draft that's getting ready. It's going to happen on Wednesday. The Lakers, they hired JJ Redick. So is Bronny James going to be a Laker? That's going to be the big thing. So y'all keep it locked here. Wednesday and Thursday, we'll see what's going on with that. But my segment, man, we're talking about a loss of another legend. We've lost some legends here in the last couple of weeks in sports, starting with Bill Walton, with Jerry West, with Chet Walker, with even Larry Allen with the Dallas Cowboys. And then we lost another one, man. Most people call him the greatest center fielder of all time, Willie Mays, at the age of 93. We lost him on last Tuesday. Yeah. And they did a game in Birmingham, Alabama. Willie Mays is from Alabama. They did a game to celebrate the Negro Leagues. What's up, Toria? Hey, how you doing? Hey, good to see you. They did the Cardinals and the Giants played a game this past Thursday at Rick Wood Field, which is the oldest baseball field in America, and it's prominent with the Negro League. And just to celebrate the Negro Leagues and to celebrate the life of Willie Mays. But Hall of Famer and Mr. October, Reggie Jackson, was on this Fox broadcast, and they was talking about his reaction to the death of the legend Willie Mays, but he went in a whole different route. That he kept it real, like we say in the hood. Brother Brenton, roll his soundbite. This is just a clip of what he said. He said it was a 5-minute segment, but this is just a little bit of it. I want you guys to hear what he said, and then we're gonna come back and talk about it. Roll that sound.
Yes, sir. Going now, sir.
Coming back here is not easy. The racism that I played here, when I played here, the difficulty of going through different places where we traveled. Fortunately, I had a manager and I had players on the team that helped me get through it. But I wouldn't wish it on anybody. People said to me today, I spoke, and they said, you think you're a better person? You think you won when you played here in Concord? I said, I would never want to do it again. I walked into restaurants and they would point at me and said, can't eat here. I would go to a hotel and they say, then can't stay here. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. At the same time, had it not been for my white friends, had it not been for a white manager, and Rudy, Fingers, and Duncan, and Lee Myers, I would have never made it. I was too physically violent. I was ready to physically fight some. I'd have got killed here because I'd have beat someone's ass, and you'd have saw me in an oak tree somewhere.
Tell the truth, brother.
And that is Mr. October. If you don't know, that's Reggie Jackson, Hall of Famer, New York Yankees, one of the best players to ever play the game. He was talking about his experience playing minor league baseball in Birmingham, Alabama at Rick Wood Field, where the late Willie Mays started his career as a Birmingham Black Barons with the Negro Leagues in Birmingham, Alabama. And so they were, talking about his reaction to the death of Willie Mays, and then he just was giving his own personal experience playing in the minor leagues in that same state. Sister Devin, Lady D, I just want to get your thoughts on his soundbite. What you think about what Reggie Jackson had to say?
I watched it when all of that was like going on, and so it made me happy that he did it on a public platform, but it also made me really sad because I feel like just the way he was talking, that's still a trauma that he has not gotten over. But I loved it because you hear a lot on social media of people that aren't Black, or even younger Black people. They act like that type of racism was forever ago and lifetimes ago. That man is still in good health and shape, and the people who treated him that way are still alive as well. And my problem is, he mentioned someone who owned like a country club who treated him like crap. I looked up that dude and whoever was that country club owner or who it belonged to, and I saw that he was dead. But I just wish things like this affected some people's legacies.
Wow.
All the videos and things that I watched about that individual and about that country club, it was all like great things about how great he was to the sports world and how blah, 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 blah. And I didn't see anything negative tied to it. And that bothered me.
I get you. Makes sense. Brother Black, your reaction to Reggie Jackson. Yeah, he from New York. And then you know, you're a New Yorker, so I know you get the Yankees and all that. So your reaction to what he had to say.
This was my very first time seeing it. I've been largely absent from social media for a while now. I'm lost. This was my literally first moment seeing it. So I haven't kept up with it. I get it 1000%. And like Lady D says, you know what I attribute this to? Chris Rock, on one of his earlier stand-up specials, he asked a question. He said, who's the most racist people on the planet? And he answered, he says, old Black men. And I didn't get it then. That was some 15, 20 years ago when he did this. I'm now 56 years old, and I can sit here and tell you, I mean this in the best possible way. My life and what it's amounted to at this stage makes me more racist than I ever thought possible. And I don't mean racist in the sense that I want to go out and kill white people, Asians, this, that, and the other. But my life experiences, the totality of it has allowed me to live long enough now to understand, to like Devin's point, that where I was once young and idyllic, and I thought the American dream is within my grasp. You get to a point at this life where you realize, as far as I've come, there were many, many obstacles that held me back due to racism. And I'm so much more aware of it now. And it's made me angry and bitter. So to Devin's point, yeah, I love that he said this, because America is on this great campaign to rewrite its history. That's where this country is at. We're on this great campaign we only want to remember the Holocaust, but we don't want to remember the atrocities that made this country. And so to hear an aging Black man who's in a position on a platform on live TV, not sing Kumbaya, but let you know in reality that this is where he's at his point in his life, and that he can look back on it, and there's a freedom associated with getting to a certain age where I can say what I want to say, and I mean it. I mean it exactly as it comes out of my mouth. And that's where I am at this place in my life, that I am not going to anymore pretend that certain things don't happen. Racism is alive. It's well. And I love the point you made, Lady D, and that for those that were initiators of it and benefited from it, they get to have their legacy not mention that. And if we're going to dredge up the value of the Negro Leagues, I think we also need to attach to it those very people who held others back. You know, if you're going to tell a story, tell the whole story. And so I love what Reggie Jackson had to say. I applaud him. And this is a product of being an older Black man that's now at a place where I'm going to say the truth. And I love it.
Good stuff, Brother Black. Brother Brenton, your thoughts on Reggie's comments?
So I'll say this. For where we are in this year, I believe wholeheartedly that people are going to have to learn how to endure their decisions, whether good or bad. And we have had to endure Trump inciting his base and those that want things to be a certain type of way. So I think we should be matching energy. And I think that's what we saw Reggie Jackson do. Match that energy. so if y'all proud of MAGA, well, y'all keep being proud, and we're gonna tell y'all how y'all really was. So this America that y'all want to make great again, remember, that's the America y'all remember. Y'all trying to make great again is what Reggie's telling y'all. So again, I know what Black means, what he says about how he feels. I wouldn't call it that I'm being racist. I'm just not gonna play. I'm gonna match my energy. I'm not. So if I know, again, in my mind, if I have no other reason to think why someone of a Caucasian descent is giving me negative energy, and I have given no reason for that, well, then I'm not going to hold my tongue and say, oh, you one of them, huh? Okay, you a Trump supporter, or you a Karen, or whatever we are. I'm just not going to pretend. I don't care where we are, work, out. I'm just going to match that energy. And I think that's what we got to stop doing, because we allowed them to tell us to speak politically correct. Nah.
You going right where I went. I'm going, Brent. And my thoughts on this, I wanted to say my thoughts on the last from our show from 2 weeks ago. Bama Girl says, I've grown up with racism here, see it all the time here in good old Bama. And I get that. And you went exactly where I was wanting to go, because 2 weeks ago, we were talking about Joe Mazzulla when he was asked that question about being one of the first Black head coaches to coach in the finals, and he kind of dismissed it. This is the reason why I had a problem with his answer, because he gave me some O.J. Simpson, and I'm gonna read these coaches to you: Bill Russell, Lenny Wilkens, Doc Rivers, Tyronn Lue, Al Attles. Those are the only 5 Black head coaches to ever win an NBA title before Joe Mazzulla did it. And for him to dismiss that, to dismiss his Blackness first, and just to say I'm a Christian and then all that other stuff don't matter, I had a problem with that because of what Reggie Jackson said on Thursday night. Because again, I said this on our show 2 weeks ago. These Black, we stand on the shoulders of those that came before us, those that opened the doors for us. And for you to dismiss that and feel like that your Blackness, you don't want to put that up above anything else, and I had a problem with that. So that was my problem with Joe Mazzulla. But my thing is, and I salute Reggie Jackson for doing that, utmost respect, because I think even though we celebrating the life of Willie Mays, believe me, the Say Hey Kid, if y'all didn't know, that's his nickname, the Say Hey Kid, played over 20 years in the league, 24-time All-Star, won the World Series, did all that. But he opened some doors even 4 years after Jackie Robinson. He came in 4 years after him. He broke the color line, and he opened some doors. And I just want us as Black folks to don't downplay your Blackness when you get in the position. Uphold that. Say you Black and be proud of that. And my thing is, Willie Mays did that, and all the accolades that he's been shown. It's been great, and we lost a legend. And so again, that's my take on it. I just want to get you all's take on it, and salute to Willie Mays, peace be upon him, and continue on your peaceful journey.
Yeah. Well, listen, don't leave. Let's go in a little overtime now, because my favorite part of the year is coming, man. Olympics is coming this year. And right. Boy, guess what, Black? Right. Sha'Carri.
She doing a thing.
She back. She back.
Doing a thing.
I'm good. I'm proud of you too, Britton. You said her name. You pronounced her name correct.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You giving me the correct enunciation. Thank you. Hey, Demi, good to see you. Thank you for joining me.
What up, Demi J?
She said, I went to Alabama, and believe it or not, it's more racist now because of Trump. I think I actually didn't feel the racism as much back then as I do now. I mean, it was there. It was covert. But so again, what Paris will be here when? In August? July?
Yeah, the end of July. End of July.
Yeah, July 26th, I think.
Okay. Yeah. Y'all watching?
Yes.
I definitely am.
Oh yes.
Not for the reasons you watch.
Listen, just stay out of Houston when you're watching it. Just stay out of Houston.
Touche.
Yeah. Okay. So, Kenny, give us some of the highlights so far. I know we said Sha'Carri and that other boy. What's his name? The 100-meter guy.
Well, with Noah Lyles, he's already he's going to be representing 100 meters. He's already did that. And Sha'Carri, she's done her thing. She ran a 10.71, which is the fastest time in the world this year. She's going to be representing 100 meters, and she could possibly be represented in the 200 meters as well. Those races are coming up this week. Yeah. So we got that, and we got a 16-year-old straight out of Maryland, Quincy Wilson. That tonight he's running the 400 meters. Yes. If he plays, he'll be the youngest American male to ever represent in the Olympics. So Quincy Wilson, we hope you do your thing. So we got a lot going on. So we can't wait for that.
I'm excited. I'm probably going to watch less basketball because I don't really care about that. But track and field and one of my favorite sports. I really enjoy watching. I don't know why I like the water polo where they throw the ball around. The
water polo. Yeah, that's water polo.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy watching that, man. So yes, Tori. See, that's it. Sister, I didn't see you shaking your head. You ain't watching?
I only watch like track. I'm like, I can't watch the whole thing. I got ADHD. I show attention to. Like, so when somebody tell me that they about to run, I'll sit down and watch it.
Okay. All right.
And let me say this about Quincy Wilson real quick. This 16-year-old, he broke his own world record for under 18, by the way. Mm-hmm. On Friday, he's a 400-meter runner. He broke his record on Friday, and then on yesterday, he broke his record again. So this young brother is doing this thing. So we definitely, hopefully, he makes it in that 400 meters. We don't know. The finals are tonight, so we'll see if he's going to represent in Paris. So.
Right on. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, man. So I tell y'all what, in July, we'll be talking about Olympics a lot more. So I don't know. I just enjoy watching it. So what's up, Daddy? Good to see you. They said the manipulation of Black history is not new. It's not.
Exactly.
But I'm telling y'all, I ain't playing around with them. I don't care. It be church. It don't matter. We matching energy. Again, just know that. So, all right. Well, speaking of, God help us all. In the great boot state, the gambling state of Louisiana.
I don't know. You might need to take the great off of that. I don't know if it's great.
Well, I mean, great for gambling. You know what I'm saying? That boat.
I didn't know that.
What? That you can gamble?
I didn't know Louisiana was known for gambling.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yes, sir. That's where Texas go. That in Oklahoma.
That's where Texas go.
Wow.
They either going to Louisiana or Oklahoma.
Listen, man, you talk about getting on that boat. Black folks didn't know about seafood till you had that buffet.
Right.
Huh? What you say?
I say you're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. You right.
We didn't know. Yes, sir. So, but I told y'all we were going down here from here. Apparently, there was a law signed by this Republican politician. What's his name? Jeff Landry. Signed on Wednesday into a law that requires a poster-sized display of the Ten Commandments in large, easily readable font in all public classrooms from kindergarten to state-funded universities. Mm-hmm. Sister, why? What are they doing? What's the agenda here? What
I don't know. It sounds dumb. It's dumb. They don't even give a damn about no 10 commandments. People pick out whichever commandment they want that serves them at that moment. Like none of it is like realistic. Nobody cares. I thought we had taken God out of the school. I thought we had taken church out of the state. Like I don't really get it. I feel like all this weird stuff is about to keep coming up, because of this political season or whatever. And it's just to get a rise out of it. But most of these younger people don't even know what the 10 commandments are. And let's be honest, most of us older people, we know what they are, but we don't do that shit. Like we break one every 30 minutes. I mean, let's just be honest. We pick and choose what we want, or we pretend to know and follow the 10 commandments in public, and then we go to our house and we act a fool. I mean, let's be real.
The hypocrisy, Lee Black, is that these Republicans support a man who, I mean, he holds the Bible upside down and then calls 2 Corinthians 2 Corinthians. I know good and well this ain't about no God. This is about oppression. And again, in a country where we were supposed to be many states, the people have an issue because they wonder why we can't put the Quran up or the Book of Mormon up. I mean, so again, man, I told y'all, we are on a slippery slope, and I don't know if hell is the destination, but we going somewhere. What's going on, brother? What we doing?
So I agree with Lady D 1000%. But this is straight out of the Republican playbook. You convolute the real issues and you muddy the waters so that you can slip in and enact laws that they don't pay attention to. It's no accident, in my opinion, that this is happening in Louisiana. You know, they're not too far from dumbass Mississippians. And just in case anybody get offended, you know, I was born in Mississippi, wasn't raised there. I think they're the dumbest damn people in captivity. But having said that, you know, again, it's no accident. The lawsuits literally are already happening today. So they're here, but they know what they're doing. This is out of the playbook again, because in the midst of it's an old parlor game while you're paying attention to this under the table, other laws are being passed that's really holding those. Louisiana's not a rich state; it's a poor state. You know what I'm saying? And so again, this is a strategy I truly believe to basically mask. I've been saying this for a while. We can pay attention to the upcoming election of the two big boys if you want to. That's a parlor game, folks. You really want to see some change affected. Pay attention to the local elections. National elections are almost a glorified census taking type thing. It allows the person that sits in that seat to be able to look at strategically, demographically, where you are located, so that when they pass these laws, they know how to hand them down to help or hurt your black ass. And I'm talking to my black people right now, you know. Right. So while Georgia is a Republican state, Fulton County is predominantly black. When you carry your black ass out there voting, it allows them to be able to, by district, see what you're doing. So you really want to affect change, pay attention to the local things happening in your election that affect your day-to-day. You know, I don't give a damn about what Joe Biden and them are eating and the 10 Commandments, as Lady D says. Don't nobody give a damn about that. Let's just keep it real. Outside of thou shalt not kill, and we even fucked that one up. So outside of that one, nobody's thinking about that. But what they are thinking about is what affects your day-to-day. Highways, roads, schools, taxes, you know, gas prices, food prices. Pay attention to that.
Kenny, I'm gonna throw this one at you. I'm gonna throw it nice and high, nice little softball. Just put it over the fence. I really want to know the reality of why they wanted to separate church and state, because apparently we're finding that out more and more as we see these clowns bring these two things back together again. It's literally they are Siamese twins. Mm-hmm. They do the same thing. Politics. Mm-hmm. They manipulate people. Religion. They manipulate people. And so again, when you have dirtied the water with politics, well, now you want to try to whitewash it. Well, I just said something here with the Bible. Mm-hmm. Where we at?
I think where we at is that the Constitution needs to be redone. I think that's where we at. And we know that's not going to happen, because in the Constitution it said that they wanted to separate church and state, and obviously that hasn't happened for a minute. And I would just want to speak on the state of Louisiana. First of all, I wish I meant to look these numbers up just to see where they were as far as in the country when it came to education and paying their teachers, which I'm sure they're in the lower bottom half. Yeah. So y'all more concerned about having these 10 Commandments posted in schools, but you ain't trying to pay your damn teachers. You ain't trying to upgrade your schools, but you think the 10 Commandments is going to make a better state for you and make better education opportunities for your kids? Yeah. Hell, the damn church don't even give a damn about the 10 Commandments. So what makes you think the damn school's going to do that? So what's the political ploy here? It's preying on the emotions of voters. See, again, voters vote on their emotions. They don't vote on logic. It's like a drug dealer. Politicians are drug dealers. And I've said this from the jump. They know how to play on your emotions. And this is another ploy for the state of Louisiana. And them too. And this is another ploy for the state of Louisiana for their politicians to play on those voters' emotions to get them to vote for them. That's my thought.
Listen, man, they are the Menendez brothers, preachers and politicians, man. We just finding out now. It's like, where's Sherlock Holmes when they need him? Aha! We got him. Yeah, it's just like
exactly. The kids can't even spell commandments, but you're gonna make them learn.
Right, but you're gonna make them learn. You're gonna put them in the school. Yeah, and then I'm thinking about, you know, how many lawsuits this is gonna be in. I mean, this is gonna go to the Supreme Court, but it's gonna be so many lawsuits filed on this, filed. So
they know.
So that's a joke, though.
But that's what they want,
and they know.
Yeah. So again, y'all, I know everybody prays to their God, but we need help because this ain't, listen. But listen, I'm reminded of my history lesson from my teacher, which was a great history teacher. The amount of diseases that were going on back in the 17 and 1800s sounds like Houston. And now here we are again.
Sound like Houston.
And here we are with this religion.
Here we are again. Yeah.
Yes, with this religion oppressing people. It's just like, man, what's next? We're going to open up chuck wagons. We're going to start back riding horses. What we doing? I just don't. I don't understand, y'all, but whatever. I'm just here to read the news, and I told y'all, we just going down here from here. That's just all it is. What'd you say, Bama? Yep, I went to a Catholic elementary school, and I got some stories about priests. All right.
I'm sure you do, Bama.
Well, at least it's with the nuns and not the boys. So, okay. All right. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Devin is in somebody. Now, I don't know the story because she done threw a few things out here, so I'm going to we all about to be surprised. So, sister, who been did you get there today?
Well, I was about to go dark and talk about white people killing folks, but I decided I got a question for y'all because I know y'all will be honest with me because you always are during all the Black Love series. And I think we all on this panel and in the comments should know who Young Jock is because he you know, he was hot during, you know, our younger days. And so he recently had a clip surface where he was caught kind of leaning up against a car with a woman. Somebody was in the bushes taping and videoing him. And it looked like he touched her hand and things like that. And he claimed he was consoling her because she was angry, that he was not messing around with that lady. And, you know, and then his wife came out and was like, I'm divorcing him. And I have a question, but I want to give y'all all the background on Young Jock. And mind you, his wife has no children. She's actually an attorney.
Right.
She's a gorgeous, very intelligent woman. Young Jock has like 8 or 9 kids by like 5 or 6 women. He's got a history of dogging out hoes like it's an Olympic sport. But he always seemed to get coochie. I don't understand how these women. That's a whole other subject.
That's easy.
Y'all is, do y'all think that there are some men who just are incapable of being faithful or respectful of a woman, no matter what her accolades are? Because Jock seems to treat the stripper and the attorney the same. No one is special. And you know what? I'm gonna start with Black. That are just incapable of being respectful and faithful in a relationship.
It's a loaded question, and it has many variables. I used to watch Love and Hip Hop, and if we're talking about the same woman, I stopped watching pretty much around that time. It got too scripted. But if we're talking about the same attorney, she's not that bright. That's first of all. So I didn't see her as being that bright. I thought she was a damn fool for even being with him. I was very surprised at the fact that an attorney, if she was in fact a real attorney, that's who she was picking. So right there. So that's where number one. But to answer your question directly, I don't treat them any different. And when I speak about my past and my history, I don't fight this, but the assumption is that, oh, he must be talking about these raggedy bitches that work for Church's Chicken. No. You know, those are the ones who actually give me more trouble, believe it or not. The ones that I approach that work in Church's Chicken and they work in Family Dollar, those are the ones that what you drive and this, that, and the other. The easiest women that has always been able for me to manipulate has been the nurses, the teachers, you know, the police women and this, that, and the other, the most successful women, believe it or not. These are women that's been told they're beautiful and hot their whole life. My thing, I'm going to treat you like you aren't special. The dick that I carry is special. What you have is just as special as that trap you have between your legs. Now, if you ask me of being incapable of being faithful or whatever, why should I? If you select me and you know my history and you know what I'm about, why are you then surprised? There's the old fable about a person finding a snake in the woods and nursing it back to health, this, that, and the other. The snake gets well and bites him. And then the snake says, did you not know I was a snake when you brought me home? I'm saying that to say that, Brother Britton said before, I'm going to give you the energy that you deserve, that you expect. So it's not a matter of am I capable of performing? I have been when I needed to be, if that's what you require of me. But my thing is, you don't meet that standard just because you're an attorney, just because you're a policewoman, just because you're a nurse. You know what you got in bed with. His history is for all to see, you know, and he ain't getting coochie because of the money. I can get coochie quicker than I can get a bottle of water. He lives right here in Atlanta. Being a heterosexual male that love that musty snatch, I refrain from it because I don't want to be somewhere itching and scratching. But getting pussy, I can walk out here tonight and bring me a nasty, really no good bitch in here, and she ain't gonna look bad either.
Okay. Well, Brenton, Toria, first of all, you said it's all for the upcoming show, and they were filming, sweetheart. And I agree with you, Toria, but Young Jock is Young Jock. And let's be honest, we all know a Young Jock that's just a regular smuggler dude who seems to always get hoes, and he is just a walking trash can. But what I'm saying is, Brenton can dumpster us with a penis, somehow become decent human beings in a relationship.
Again, I don't normally broadcast my education. I have psychology paperwork on my wall, and I enjoy my psychology. And sociology is a problem because it's about environment. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Again, people can only do what people allow them to do. And if a person is allowed to behave some way, and again, we're playing a game. Okay, I ain't gonna do Black Love Series again next week, but good Lord, this can go so many different directions. But the problem is,
let's do it. Let's do it. Why not?
Okay, all right. We probably do got so much to talk about. So this is again for me. Those women, and I wasn't even surprised when Black said what he said about that woman, because we view status as intellect, and that's not true. And that's the problem, right? Because you have those girls that's at Jack in the Box, they've been in the streets. Those girls that's working otherwhere, they've never known. So again, they take the lies in the game because that's what's being played. But again, if you tell them no, what FOMO, I don't know, no ho, I don't know what you want, what you calling yourself and what you're not calling yourself. But if Jock is only doing, because he ain't going to jail for raping nobody, so he's only doing what somebody's allowing him to do. And it's not, and and Devin, we don't sit up here and woman bash, but I'm just being honest. Like, unless y'all tell him no, then he won't do it. Unless y'all tell Lee no, then he won't do it. But they won't tell him no. And then, but the problem is for people like you, Devin, is that you get upset when those same men come to you and they call y'all difficult. And it's only because they call y'all difficult is because somebody that looks almost like you, acts almost like you, said they allowed them to do that. And that's the cycle of misery for me when it comes to that.
Okay. Well, Kendall, going back on what they say, if a woman gets with the young jocks, get with the Future, get with the Tim that we know down the street that ain't shit, does she deserve what she gets? Because as YouTuber Erica Denario says, they didn't read the Yelp reviews, so they thought their stuff was more special.
That's the game.
And so does she, play stupid games, just win stupid prizes?
I'm not gonna say she deserves what she get, but my thing is she knowing what she was dealing with. Let's be honest with you. Again, now let's talk about this video manipulation. Again, I didn't see the video. I mean, they saying that this video that showed him maybe being a little bit more too physically in her space. As a married man, you can't be caught in that type of position with a woman, because especially your stature, you can't be, because there's cameras everywhere. So, young Jock, you play a player, you should know better than to put yourself in the position to be caught in that situation.
Right.
But on the wife's point, I'm like, I would say that maybe she's jumping to the gun. I was like, yo, wait a minute, time out. Take a television time out real quick. just address it. Let's look at this. Let's you attorney. I would think that you would look at it from all type of angles. But again, Young Jock got what, 8-10 kids by what, 8 different women?
Yep.
Crazy.
You already
That's a
knew
lot
that.
of allowing.
You are right. You already knew what you was getting into, so
Lord.
you should not be surprised by something like this popping up. And let me say this about Young Jock. I'm like, God damn, I ain't hating on Young Jock, but like, God damn, how do Young Jock got all these damn women? I know I look better than Young Jock. I can't get one. But that's neither here nor there.
You gotta treat them bad, Ken. But anyway,
And that's the truth. And that's the unspoken truth.
I don't agree with that, but okay. Yeah.
I agree with please do a Black Love series.
Okay, we can.
Lady D, but
are we gonna do one every other week now?
I can have had friends who have literally told me that they didn't like a dude because he was he didn't have enough swag, he was too nice, he was just too proper. Wow. He, they need to be cussed out and somebody to hit on their sister to think they in love. But anyway, what I want to say is, for the young jocks of the world, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep making these hoes look dumb until these hoes don't want to look dumb no more. I believe that you teach people how to treat you. And if you allow young jock to keep making you look dumb for a check, or dumb for followers, or dumb for just social media fame, that's your fault. But what you're doing is you're teaching the women behind you that it's okay to allow a dude to treat you like this. Now, mind you, if Kendra leaves Jock tomorrow, it's going to be a dumbass waiting in the wings.
That's real.
To take him right in. So he's always going to find a dummy because they on every block. They need to all just move to Houston and just put some friends together. Pay somebody like me to get y'all nasty asses injections for all these that y'all are sharing with your nasty asses, because I know all you hoes' pH is off screwing with Young Jock because he was screwing. And if he say he don't, he lying because he got all them kids, which means his ass don't like protection. So you deserve whatever wart, bump, scar that you get on your dirty ass coochie if you mess with somebody like Young Jock. Because like, if you dumb enough to let somebody like that run up in you, you deserve whatever gonna run up out of you when he leave. Now I go back to minding my business.
Good Lord.
Good Lord. We need a break on that one.
Right.
This is a test. This is
my goodness. All right, we may have to end up doing every other week or something. I don't know. It's just so much to cover with foolishness. Folks.
Those are facts.
It's a lot. It's a lot to cover with foolishness.
Okay. So I don't know. We'll see. I think we got enough in the bank. We can go again. But
I mean, you're right. And one thing that y'all mentioned, I have a lot of dudes that don't they quote unquote reject me. I've had dudes call me a bitch. I've had dudes tell me I think I'm all that. I've had dudes say the
reject you.
Most foul thing you can think of, because you can't disrespect me.
She ain't
my name
going.
ain't no little mama. My name ain't damn you cute. Come here, let me holler at you. My name is get the hell out of my face. Don't be disrespectful to me. And dudes don't like women who carry themselves a certain way. And it's just the truth.
That's
some dudes are very disrespectful because that works on some women.
And I'm sorry, last point for me. I'm single now because I am looking for somebody decent. I've had my fill of the other, and it take a lot of energy being the bad guy. Because believe it or not, it's contrary to my true character. I like quiet and peacefulness. This, that, I like cleanliness.
That's
and what it's
we
become.
roll like.
It took a lot of energy when I first moved here to be on the dating sites and having somebody come in at 3 o'clock in the morning and losing sleep and gambling with myself or wondering if I got a disease. It's a lot of work doing that. And the only difference between me and Young Jock is that I didn't plant a seed in them pussies.
And ladies, you walk different when your pH balance ain't off. You walk different.
Let me just help y'all. Black just play a gigolo on TV. That's what
Just give it to him.
I'm just saying. And the reality is, men are lazy, and beta men are really lazy, and that's the reality of why. Again, we talked about intellectually, not intelligent, emotionally intelligent, and that's the problem. That's what they resort to, right? Because of the rejection. They talk crazy to you because they know somebody that, like I said, just up the street was cool with it. But again, it's a problem, man. Okay, all right, we may do one again. I know you always start these shows, man. You do this, and it's your fault. But anyway, all right, we got more to say. Come on. Okay, so listen, the Surgeon General now wants to issue a warning, as they did for tobacco, to social media, which is to express its harmfulness to children. And I get it. It's become an addiction, just like cigarettes were, right? And so that part of your brain that satisfies whatever that is, I want to say it's dopamine, but I don't remember. But whatever it is, it's addicting, right? And so now, again, they're wanting them to label it to give people the opportunity to see consciously that this has the potential to affect you in a negative manner. It exacerbates anxiety, it exacerbates depression, right? It takes away contentment, and again, they're not going to do it because it's bringing in revenue. Again, the government has known about this for a long time, and they have yet to even bring up a bill to the floor about regulating social media. Now I do it personally, and again, these are my kids, so that's just on me. I love my kids, and don't get me wrong. If you got a reason why you're doing what you're doing, I ain't throwing no shade. I'm just telling you, it's hard work to raise kids because, again, it takes energy. You got to do it. But I just thought that was interesting. So, Kenny, do you think they're doing enough? Not doing enough? They're just trying to raise an alarm. I don't know what's going on.
I think the intentions are good. I think at the end of the day, though, it's about parents, man. I think it's about your parents and your control over how you want your children to interact on social media. Here's the thing, though: social media is here to stay. That's the thing that we got to accept, that it's not going nowhere, because the pandemic showed us that your children had to be taught, and they couldn't go to class. Well, how are they going to be taught? Through social media, through the internet. So it's here. So you got to lay the groundwork to figure it out, how to manipulate that, and how to rule that in your household. But that goes on the parents. I don't feel like that goes on the government. I really don't. I think it's on the parents to set guidelines with their children, especially children under the age of, I would say this, 17 and younger.
Okay.
I think 17 and up, that's a totally different ball game. But 17 and younger, I think that's on the parents to dictate how they want their children to deal with social media, in my opinion.
Sister, what you thinking?
I think that social media is just for when we were young, the new TV, the new video game. Because I remember the TV at one time being called an idiot box, and it's just making us sound stupid. But at the same time, I also think social media has emotionally and mentally crippled the younger generation, even my own children. I feel like it's messed them up socially and different things like that. But the fact of the matter is people are dumb, and it doesn't matter. Like there could be a huge red disclaimer as soon as you hop on social media that says in big letters,
"You're right,"
will make you dumb as hell and you will die early. And people will still hop on social media. And you know how I know? I don't know if y'all have ever been on a cruise and been in the stores, but in Mexico or anywhere out of this country, you go into those stores, all the cases of cigarettes having big letters, smoking kills.
Yeah.
And huge letters. Smoking while pregnant will cause all these problems for your baby. People walk out of that place with just tons and tons of those cases of cigarettes with smoking kills and big letters written on them.
Right.
And no one cares because we're idiots. We just want that instant gratification and we don't believe the consequences that are being handed to us. So they could do that. They could say all of that. But people don't care. People are now raising their kids with iPads. I've seen 2 and 3 year olds who know how to maneuver all the way around an iPad better than I can. And I just think that's the world we live in today. Even in school now, it's all on iPads and laptops and social media.
Yeah. What you got, Black?
First and foremost, you can't regulate behavior.
Amen.
Like Sister D said, and if we were able to regulate behavior, we would have done away from the world's oldest profession. They call it the world's oldest profession for a reason. The moment you tell people they can't have something or do something, you might as well be co-signing it because they're going to want it even more, to Lady D's point. Right. So you can create a city and say, this is the red light district, don't go there. That's exactly where people are going to go now. Right. Having said that, as mentioned, social media is not going anywhere. We've raised generations on it, but what we need to realize is this is primarily an American issue. You look at other countries, they have somewhat of a grip on it. It still affects their young people or whatnot, but in China, Korea, Russia, some of these other countries, I've been mentioning this for the longest time. Yeah. Ask those young people what they want to be when they grow up, and you hear answers. Doctors and lawyers and professionals. Ask our young people, social media influencers. That's what we want to be. So when you've taken God out of the household, God out of the schools, discipline out of the homes, and you've allowed social media, to Devin's point, the idiot box, these last few generations version of that, to raise kids because fathers aren't in homes. Grandmothers are in their 40s, and so this has raised our generation. I don't even think that their intentions are good. This is only coming up because they can't control it. America is a capitalistic society. There's a reason why they're trying to take over TikTok. It's because they hate the fact that China is benefiting from holding American minds hostage because we're the ones on that. Pull up the society in China. Those kids, they get up in the morning doing calisthenics, they study, and they have a proper use of this. But here in America, we're the dumbasses that we don't invent anything anymore. We don't pioneer. We don't even climb mountains and go down to the bottom of the sea anymore. We're famous for being famous for being famous. Yeah. And this is primarily an American problem. And if the government could control it, to your point, Lady D, about slap a label on it and tax it, that's what this is about. Their intentions is not even good. Folks, the 1%ers that run America, they don't give a good goddamn about the American citizen.
Yep. All right. Well, you're right. And we're just going to keep on moving. So, yeah. All right. So y'all if y'all have not taught y'all kids how to struggle, put some struggle in their life, please, because that is not reality. For them to just live life carelessly and vicariously through other people. That is not the truth. I put struggles in my kids' lives. I do. I listen. My daughter told her job one time. The supervisor did something to her. She said, "My daddy do that to me all the time." I said, "Right." So it's not like they was like, "How you gonna take that?" My daddies do that. Yeah, that's right. I'm teaching you the real world because they coming for you, and I'm just telling you. So y'all better teach these kids. All right, come on. I got one more good one. I think we may come back with a series tomorrow or next week, but we'll see. Lust versus love.
Ooh, oh my.
Y'all, I just sit in my car sometimes and I just ride and I just think and I have to bring myself back. I'm like Star Trek. I'm going to the galaxy's far to come back. Sister,
oh my.
What is lust and what is love? Just give me a definition and I got something. I'm gonna go somewhere.
I think lust is just strictly a sexual attraction with no emotion or feeling about it behind it. And you can lust over someone that you love, but I think love is like a stronger emotional connection where you actually want to know her name and have a conversation.
Okay. Kenny, what is lust and what is love?
I would say this. I would definitely have to lust. Personally speaking, I got to lust for you before I can even get to a point that I want to love you.
Okay.
Because I have to want you in that lustful way for me to like want to take it to that next level for love. But that's just me.
Okay, so one comes before the other.
Yes.
And you're for me. Okay, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. For me.
Black.
Well, I agree in parts. I think for me, lust is more based off of the physiological and even psychological in some instance, whereas love is on a deeper level. It entails mental, emotional, and it goes beyond just the physical and the psychological for me.
Okay, cool. So since we have established how, I'm gonna start with Kenny since he gave some direction, but how do we incorporate both into a healthy relationship?
That's a damn good question.
I try. I really try.
I think it's about the word of mouth, about communication. I mean, again, there's a lot of women that I've seen, and I can say like, "Yo, she's physically like she's dope," but when you get to the point of having a conversation. And women probably could say this too. It's like, nah, he look good or she look good, but no, I don't think I can take it to that next level with them because they just don't have the characteristics that I really want if I really want to make this a solid relationship.
Okay.
So,
okay.
But for me, I think for me that lust is very important for me because I want to have this physical animal attraction to you to where I want to jump your bones first and foremost.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah. All right.
That's just me.
Come on, sister. Tell me from the other side.
I think that a lot of women need to verify and a lot of men need to learn how to be able to lust over your woman without her feeling like she's being objectified and that she's just a walking vagina for you. And you can tell in a lot of relationships, especially a lot of celebrity relationships, that even if they were together for years, that it was always just lust because whenever she loses her looks or her youth or something happens to her, all of a sudden she's no good anymore and he just replaces her with something else to like lust over. So I just think that a lot of men, and not that you're doing anything wrong because it's a very tight line, you know what I'm saying, where you have to learn how to lust over your woman because women need that, while making sure she knows that you're not just objectifying her and she has more worth to you than that type of gratification.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with that.
Me too.
With you, Lady D.
Yeah. My brother.
So I can sleep with you and not even like you. I can sleep with you and not even be physically attracted to you.
I can't do that.
Because the sex part for me is not necessarily about you always. Having said that, to answer your question,
I try to hold
the
shit.
lust from me, the lust for me goes both ways. Now, to answer your question, how do you incorporate it? It requires action for me on part of the other person. The subject we just talked about in Lady D's segment, where she was talking to the dumbass women, the women that I fell in love with, where it went beyond the lust, they would not allow me to just let that relationship be based on lust alone. They said, no, stop. I get that you want me, but I have a certain standard and a certain moral that if you want this, it has to be a bit more about that. Now, that goes both ways. I think very highly of myself. I need you to lust for me as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To be perfectly
Mhm.
honest with you. And so my thing is where love comes into play is where we're able to go past the physiological. To Kenny's point, of course, I can't get to love unless I want to jump your bones. You must have a fat bumping ass. We can't even get to love unless you got a fat mo gumbo ass. Don't care nothing about breasts too much, but that ass got to be on point. We can't even get to love. But once I can get past that, if she got the ass I'm looking for, now let's see if we can get past me getting to it to where I can get to know you a little bit more. But again, I hope that you look at me the same way and say, pretty strong legs. I think he carrying a weapon there, blah, blah, blah. I need you to lust for me to a certain point, but it has to go beyond that too, because the roles have reversed in 2024. There's women out here notching their bedposts just like we notched ours. That, hey, you know, in that moment, I like how he smelled. He got a nice place. You know what I'm saying? And let me knock him down and then I can move on. But we can't get to the love part until we're able to get past that.
Do women really lust after men? I don't think
it's
women
happened to
lust
me.
after men like that.
You know, I'm proud to say there have been moments where I was the shit.
I ain't never. Lady D's the only woman on our panel. She can answer that.
Let me tell you something. Really... I just told my husband because he say dumb shit all the time. If you think for a second that women don't look at men on occasion and think I could take his ass down right now and think nothing of him, but I would never do that because I love my husband and would never want to hurt him and disrespect him like that, y'all got another damn thing coming.
Thank you, sis. Thank
you. Women do. Okay.
Thank you, sis.
All right.
Yo, yeah, I believe you. Well, I ain't gonna get in your business.
Well, I've had mostly female friends, so I hear this.
Yeah.
We would never do it. We would never pursue it, and he'll never know.
We talked about it. They're worse than us.
But I don't want us to.
In some ways, the way they say it, we are very topical in general. Like I said, I ain't even go there. But.
Thank you, because I'm trying to hold the ship together, please, and you keep rocking the boat. Let me hold the ship together, because you get the. Come on, listen. Okay, I'm not gonna ask the next question because I think we'll go overboard. But I will say this: we've almost demonized the word lust, and we have miscommunicated love. And I just want to tell y'all this, if I can. There is an investment that has to be made as a person that if you've ever, and I'm sorry, my brain goes here. If you've ever had insurance, right? And there's term and whole, and there's a place where you can convert term into whole. And then once you do that, it becomes more beneficial to you now. If we can stop demonizing lust, but use it as a form of converting it into love,
I love that.
Then you have an opportunity to have a healthy relationship that will continue to go. Because again, to Kenny's point, you say to Devin, and Devin tells us what it is, but we don't know how to convert it. That's the problem that we have to learn, but we got to learn how to invest, because again, men miscommunicate love and we lust, and we kind of jumble it up together like it's just, it's not. There has to be an attraction, and again, it comes from how you know that person. So we're older now, so I've talked to so many men now that they're losing lust for their woman because their woman has removed his thoughts. And they're filling it with frustration and, arguing and all. And that's losing it. And so I'm just telling y'all, there is a proper way to balance both, but we have to learn how to convert them. And we don't. We have bad investments in relationships. And again, you trying to convert anyway, but I'm gonna keep the ship together. Okay, so fantastic. We can come back into that if we go into the thing next week again.
Oh, there's a lot of meat on that bone.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I'm moving on. Come on. All right, listen. Thank you. Listen, one of the best things about us is that we always telling the truth and being honest. And, so that's the beauty of why this conversation is so saturating, because it's just a level of honesty. And again, yes, Black, when the music stops.
When the music stops, folks, I come across some stories, and I'm gonna get out of here real quick. But it makes me think of other things, the way my brain works. And I was reading on my phone again. I've been largely absent from social media, and I saw where the mayor of New York City, Mayor Adams, requested that P. Diddy give the key to the city back. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. Is that really a thing? And obviously, after looking at the surveillance video of him beating Cassie, he, according to the Mayor Adams, he did it because he's standing on, the attack and the rights of abused women, this, that, and the other. So he literally requested, hey, you need to give that key back to the city, whatever that means. And P. Diddy, he obliged. And then even early this month, it went on to talk about how Howard University actually rescinded his honorary degree. Now, without going down that rabbit hole, because I think that's, to me, it's just hypocritical, because it's amazing how when you're sitting up high and the music is playing and P. Diddy's made his reputation on being the bad boy of music, these same people celebrated with him. They've been at his mansions. They came out to Martha's Vineyard Island. They were at his famous white parties. They've been on his yacht. But the moment the music stops and he's in trouble, boom. Here now you want to, as Howard University, all the millions of dollars he gave them, now you want to strip him away from the honorary degree, which shouldn't have given one in the first place. And the mayor of New York City, P. Diddy, the king of New York, long as he was riding high, you rode his coattails, and that was the city's favorite son, him and Jay-Z. But this is a microcosm of society in general and how people will do you. And it made me think about, why we do things and who we surround ourselves with. And that's why I've always had a dream, if I ever hit the lottery, is that I would be like a reverse kung fu. I wish I could travel around the world and help people anonymously. And I do that in my personal life, believe it or not at that scale. But when I do something for someone, it's not publicized, it's not known. I'm proud to say that I built friendships out of something that's solid and real. And I'm proud to say that it goes both ways. When I've needed someone, this very panel, I've gone through some personal things in my life, and I'm proud to sit here and tell you that each one of these members you see in front of you, they didn't go on social media to put my business out there. They reached out to me individually. Hey, do you need anything? Are you okay? Is your sister okay? Hey, blah, blah, blah. And I would like to think that that's the way it should be, because folks, we hear all the time about fair weather friends and, people they're when it's easy to be somebody's friend and be in somebody's corner when things are going great. But as we get older, the just the organic nature of this show, being an older man now, is that I walk alone. I go to places by myself, and that's because I've learned at an early age that when you travel with a whole group of people, you have to ask yourself when you look around, why are you with me? What are you getting from it? You know what I'm saying? And that's not to say it's anything wrong with having people, but I just want to admonish people out there to take a look at their circles and take a look at the people around you, not when times are great. Right. When the party's there, what happens when the music stops? What happens when you're behind on bills and you're struggling? Who do you turn to who's going to be there for you? Because true friendship for me is not just when I'm up. You might not even agree with some of the decisions that I've made, but I hope that I've established a foundation of friendship with some of you that if you hear something bad about me, come to me. And I hope that you support me privately. And I hope that you don't tear down whatever I thought we built. And I would like to believe that these friendships that I make are built on something solid that's not built on the music being playing. And I just want to admonish everybody to take a look around because sycophants are easy to rack up. And I even practice this on my job. Don't be so quick to jump in and receive all the accolades, because just as quickly as you climb that ladder, who's standing with you when you fall back down to ground level? And one of the reasons that I live the life that I live very close to the ground, so I don't have too far to fall. And that's so funny. For me, that's why I keep a normal life, normal friends, normal things that are in my existence, because I don't believe in sycophants. So for me, the music will never stop because the melody that's playing between my friends is always going to be sweet.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Miss Tori, I sure appreciate you always giving those admonishments.
No
so
doubt.
Please, y'all read this carefully and definitely read that last part. So thank you, Miss Tori. I appreciate that. Thank you, sir, for all that you do. She said, Tori, no, so you talk. Oh, yeah, no, they didn't get
Cosby and Tip.
Yeah, that's right. No, because they all gonna win from it. Okay, man. Listen, great show today, y'all. I think they twisted my arm for us to do another Black Love series next week. I think they want to hear from us, y'all. So again, I think we got something to say. But listen, it's final thoughts time. My brother Kenny, man, always a pleasure hearing from you, man. Give me your final thoughts, brother.
Always a beautiful show. All those that watched in the comment section, CC,
yes,
Korea. I believe it was. I don't know if Craig was in there, but all those that watched. Yep. I want to thank you guys. Make sure you continue to watch. We appreciate your support. Yes. Share this to your social media platforms. My thing is, we got so much going on right now. We got this presidential campaign going on. I say this all the time. I don't. You don't have to think like me. I just want you to think and take don't base your thinking on your emotions. Base your thinking on your logic. Let's continue to think about reading and educating ourselves on whatever is going on in our own political background. And Brother Black made it perfectly clear. The president don't really those cats don't really matter. It's about who's in Congress and that's representing your district. Make sure you voting in your local and your local elections and all that, because that affects your day-to-day life on that, in my opinion. Now, on Lust on Love, I'm gonna go and keep it funky. I lust.
I'm sick of you.
Because you got to look good to these two peepers right here. These two eyes I got on the side of my head. It ain't going no further than that if I don't lust for you. So, and I get it. And women, I get it. Yeah, y'all probably. I guess y'all lust. I don't know, but I'm just speaking from a man. I'm a man. So for me, these two peepers right here. If I want you, I got a lust for you. So lust and love will come later, but lust gonna come first for me. So that's my final thought.
What was that nursery rhyme? I ain't gonna say because y'all gonna act like y'all don't know it. Here comes something with the baby carriage. Can't even eat the baby carriage, baby.
No, ain't no baby carriages coming out of it. You know what?
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna keep it PG.
All right. She said we do Kenny just like men. All right. Well, Kenny said he moving to Mississippi, so somebody can show him, please. Somebody.
No, I damn sure ain't moving to Mississippi.
Okay, yes, so
damn sure ain't gonna be in Mississippi.
I went to Mississippi and I saw women walking around with no bra, barefoot. I swear to God, I am not making this up. It was like I went back in time.
Wow.
It was scary. I thought I was in the wrong. I'm like, where am I? But anyway.
My sister always, thank you so much. Give me your final thoughts.
A couple things very quickly though. I'm with Toria on these honorary degrees. I've been seeing a lot of them lately, especially to a lot of like rappers and social media influencers. And I'm so sick of it because if you've ever gone to a college graduation, these people show up like folks who have completed grad school, and these people have been in school 6, 7, 8 years. Some of these people, especially if they're Black, they're like first generation graduates, and this was their lifelong dream to earn this degree and to present themselves like a grad student. And you get to, because you got a BBL and 500 followers, get a degree and pose with it and shit, and you can't even spell it, you dumbass. So I'm sick of these honorary degrees. I think it's disrespectful to everyone who has truly worked hard to earn this degree. Second thing, ladies, we are the reasons for the young jocks in the futures being successful in relationships. We teach people how to treat us. The young jocks in the futures should be used goods. If that's something you want to do, or lust after a takedown because you think they have experience, that's the stuff you do behind closed doors, and you take it to your grave, and you don't ever confess to it that you ever let this man near your stuff, because that's who they should be. So I mean, we just need to learn to have more self-respect, but by you allowing these men in your life, you're choosing the women below you to not have standards when it comes to relationships and the type of men that we have in our life. And if that means you have to be alone for a while, I was a serial dater for the longest. I heard that when I said I was a serial dater, I may have 2 or 3 dates a day. They somehow associated that with me sleeping with dudes. Absolutely not. I was meeting people at like Starbucks, different, like nowhere where they even had to pay for me or take me on a date. But it was almost like my own speed date. You sit there with a man for long enough, he gonna say something stupid, and you're gonna figure out who he is. And it may take 2 or 3 coffee dates to assume that, but you just have to allow your standards to guide you if you care to be in a relationship. Not to tell my business, but my own husband, I think he tried to sleep with me on the first night. We had 2 or 3 dates the first day. We went to like lunch, dinner, and
hell, I would have tried too.
And then like the game room. But you know what they did? A couple months later is when he got to have any kind of encounter with me, because he opened his damn mouth. If he wouldn't have said shit, he may have not had to wait a couple months and put me out on multiple days damn near every day until. And when it finally did happen, I told him, why you had to wait this long, right? Because you say dumb shit and you talk to That's what you get. Women have standards for yourself. And a lot of men would have just walked away and been like, I don't have time for this. And those were the men that did walk away. And I was completely fine with that and blocked them and moved on with my life. I was good with that. It's perfectly fine. Just have standards and teach people how to treat you. And let's show our young girls that it's okay to have standards and not let the futures and the young jocks and they mites and bites and itching come anywhere near us.
Good talk. That's real talk right there.
I tell you, boy, we just bring out the best in her, don't we?
Lady D.
Sometimes when she ain't in our business.
Well, what I love about Lady D, articulate, intelligent, and she represents the conscience of this show. And she represents the thoughts and processes of all you ladies. I just need you bitches out there not to listen to her for a few more months.
Hold on, Lee.
On Friday, I'm headed on Friday. It's my family reunion in Meridian, Mississippi. Don't meet me there, beat me there. You bitches with no bras and you bare feet and you loose women. I need you to be there because this is Fat Man Summer. And listen to Devin, in November when it's cold and I don't want to go out. But right now, I got a couple things coming up. I got another family reunion coming up in July. So I need you dumb bitches out there who don't have standards and low self-esteem, because I'm a fat old man and I ain't going to be chasing you that far. And I'm coming to Mississippi where they dumb and they easy, and I need you to stay that way. So if you watch this show, don't listen to Devin's ass right now. You throw that away somewhere. You file that later, because right about now, I'm looking for those bitches out there that ain't got too much good sense and they easy to push over. And I'm going to gamble and get myself in a little bit of trouble. God bless. I'll see you in Mississippi.
Yeah.
I'm sick of that.
I'm so sick of him. I'm sick of him. Now y'all know I messed it up last week, but I doggone I got it right today. I got me one
I know,
loaded.
I know you were feeling it some type of way last week.
I was, man. I apologize to everybody who waited for it. I don't know how many it was, but I'm sorry. But listen, when the term "fall from grace" comes to mind, who comes to your thoughts? Fall from grace.
Ooh, that preacher that just got locked up.
Oh, Whitehead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kenny.
If her name is Grace, I would probably be trying to follow up off of her in about a couple of hours.
I'll tell the last joke, bruh. No.
Kenny Owen. Kenny Owen.
Yeah.
No, I'm just teasing. Okay, well, listen, check this out, and then I'll give my thoughts. So here we go.
What an idiot. He was wrong.
Yes. Listen, I'd rather you fall from grace than slide down the stairway to heaven because you on your way to hell, boy. You big dummy.
Yeah, he had too much to drink in his system.
Oh,
He
man.
too much.
Listen, y'all just listen. That is young jocks of the world, y'all. So
That's a
hey, it's a car.
jocks of the world.
What's
going on, Issachar? How you doing? Yeah.
She said, "Black, I have a family reunion next month." Oh. I don't know what that's about, but we're not even going to touch none of that.
You see that, Black?
But I better not find out that y'all done met up. I just better not find out.
I would love to meet
I need you to go down there with more than $7. That's what I need.
Oh, boy.
So, yes, I'm with you. Okay, so listen, y'all. Again, I'm just telling y'all, young jock, slide boys, they slide your DMs. Y'all just let them fall down the stairs, y'all. Come on now, because it just don't. It just ain't gonna work out. So again, everybody got to endure their decisions this year, and so he did, and so shall you, and so shall we. And I guess we're doing Black Love next week, so we'll see y'all on Monday. Yeah, that's Devin, that's Kenny, and that's Black. And she said, "What you say, Bama? Let me see that again." Okay, you want to see it one more time? Young Jock here. And on that note, we see y'all on Monday. Peace.